All right, everybody, welcome. This has been a while since we put out a new podcast episode. This is the life and times of Kat and Jeff. And here today, we're going to be mostly talking about wrestling. Is that right, Kat?
That is correct. But I still think it should be Cat Moonchild and the Bold One podcast. But
No, Kat Moonchild. Yeah, and the bold one. Yeah, that has a ring to it. We could do that in the future. So
making that the podcast name.
Oh yeah.
The Moonchild and Bold One podcast.
That is pretty cool. But anyway, here we're going to talk about the 300th episode of everyone's favorite wrestling promotion, sarcastically speaking, AEW Dynamite.
You mean the shit show that you just made me watch?
Yeah. 300 episodes, and the reason why I wanted to watch it because, the cast of Superman was there.
I'd rather watch Paint Dry.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's somehow not the best wrestling, but, I just wanted to watch it. Wanted to watch something other than WWE or TNA or, those other, or any other indie promotion like MLW.
I'd rather watch NWA.
Oh, yeah.
All day, every day. Exclusively on the Roku channel.
Yes, it is on the Roku channel.
I'd rather watch that. Hell, I'd rather subscribe to Matt Riddle's OnlyFans.
Oh, no, that is just like, pushing it to another level there. I can never do that, or you probably never do that.
Better than watching Hangman eat his ass fucking Paige sit there and hitting women.
Oh, yeah. He gave a nice little punch or clothesline to Marina Shafir. Yeah.
I'm sorry. This cowboy shit. What cowboy shit? You're a fucking science history teacher in Virginia. Go back there.
Yeah. Simple. Simple as that. So we don't have to see your face. Well, because your face kind of resembles a guy that from a show you probably never watched called Sister Wives, Cody Brown. That's what he looks like. So
I wonder if Adam Page says beer and Skittles.
Yeah. Cowboy shit isn't always beer and Skittles. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just question a lot of things with AEW. Like, first of all, what is the obsession with death matches? Coming from someone that has loved the indies, that is the one thing that I'm not, obsessed with is death matches. And also being a Moxley fan, I can honestly say, I hate the fact that every match Mox has is a death match.
It's the same. It's all the same. You draw blood and everything. You do a little bit of a shock value, within a match and everything. Yeah, they just think that, puts butts in seats, and really that's all you got going for. You got nothing creative or anything. You just want to book these death matches, and you just think it's going to get you anywhere. It's really not.
Well, let's look at a lot of the things that I was pointing out throughout the entire thing. Besides all the ex-WWE that filled the entire show, what I saw with the entire show, why it is that it bugged me, was it was too predictable. And one of the things I had said to Bold One was, it's obvious where creative control is put into place that it is reminding me not only of WCW 1997 through 2000s.
Yeah.
Before it disbanded in 2001. Yeah. It's reminding me of WWE 2002 when they turned around and brought in Eric Bischoff and then decided on those freaking lesbian makeout matches.
I know.
You have to the raw roulette. Oh, you gotta make out with two lesbians.
Oh yeah.
We gotta make all of our female wrestlers make out with each other.
Oh yeah, those bra and panty matches and everything.
Oh no, I was talking about like the times where they literally brought in two random extras for people like Stephanie McMahon to sit there and make out with. That was my thought process seeing Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné and Mina.
Yeah. Like, what does that add to? Man.
I'm like, what does that add to the value? This coming from a fan that literally named my daughter Lita because my all-time wrestling match is Lita versus Trish Stratus, the main event of Monday Night Raw, that I saw as a child that influenced me to being a fan all my life. That was a match that had influenced me the most, that anybody could do this, anybody could sit there and do this, and that women had a lot to look up to.
I mean, she did death-defying stunts just like most of the men did during the time. So it's pretty cool.
And I'm sorry, looking at the way they booked AEW's All In, I'd rather watch Saturday night's main event and watch a has-been broken-ass fucking Bill Goldberg go for the title again against Gunther. I most definitely would love to fucking watch Evolve 2. Or Evolution 2, sorry. Was thinking about Evolve earlier. And I'd rather watch the Great American Bash over All In. To which I know what's going to happen is Bryan Danielson's going to show up.
Yeah, and you want to spend $50 for their crappy pay-per-views, to see it.
I was reading the news today that Harley Cameron just re-signed her contract and did an extension until 2025, and the big thing was that she got a pay raise. And someone had made this comment, and I absolutely love it, and it's like, awesome. She's going to earn more money. Doesn't mean that she's going to be a top star. You're going to earn money. Cool. If that's all you're there for. Because the person said it best. Tony Khan doesn't want to book new stars. Contrary to Shelton Benjamin's statements that Tony Khan wants to sit there and give these guys a shot that WWE wouldn't have given the time of day. I disagree. Because of the fact that when AEW first started, I was like, okay, cool. We're going to give people like MJF a shot. We're going to give someone like Sammy Guevara a shot. We're going to give someone like Darby Allin a shot. Jack Perry. It was the same old shit. And how many ex-WWE people can we get? How many other people from all these other things can we get? And the whole thing is, Tony Khan doesn't care to book and create new stars.
No.
He cares to book the people that he likes and that his EVP like. And one of the things that irritated me, especially today, with this being the 300th episode of Dynamite, was the fact that Excalibur and Taz were having the conversation, and Taz made the comment, the only way Dynamite succeeded and has gone this far to make 300 episodes is only because of the Young Bucks. Because the Young Bucks sat there and created the company. And Excalibur goes, well, don't forget Tony Khan, too. No, I'm sorry. Put respect on Cody and Brandy Rhodes' names.
Yeah. He was really involved with it. With
both of them.
Yeah.
Cody was the reason they brought in Christopher Daniels. Cody was the reason they brought in Frankie Kazarian. Cody was the reason they brought in Scorpio Sky, a guy they still don't use.
No. He hires these people and never uses them.
Scorpio Sky had to go on his podcast to sit there and say how he's not being used. Wardlow is trying to get out of his contract.
He's going to be on American Gladiators.
He is.
Yeah.
Britt Baker, the woman you created your women's division on, the person that you're like, this is our first female we're going to sign. Because we want to make our women's division innovative and different. Now wants out of her AEW contracts.
Oh, yeah.
That tells me that things are not good. When the first woman you signed to your wrestling company, when you created this company, wants to now leave. Another big thing that I have is their creative ideas. I don't understand this. Stick it to the wall and see what works.
What they have a creative department?
It's the Young Bucks' friends.
Oh yeah, which
it's literally it. It's the Young Bucks' friends.
Which explains Excalibur on commentary.
He's the head commentator.
He's not that good.
He never will be that good.
So
you can tell how much he botches the minute you get someone like when Tony Schiavone's actually on commentary, or you get someone like JR on commentary,
which he's probably going to retire.
I wouldn't doubt it. So. You know, and it's just like a big thing that I also had is you look at a lot of their women's division. The biggest blunder to me that could have made me someone who doesn't really care for AEW, and like I said, I am a Moxley fan because I'm a Shield fan. I loved everything the Shield did, and I love seeing where they go now with their careers.
Well, yeah, they were way over. They all became champions, and and Mox just wanted to leave because he just really couldn't get along with Vince at the time. So, and creative, is being there, making a freaking joke out of wrestling.
Yeah,
almost made you think if freaking Vince Russo was running the show.
Mm-hmm. Makes me think Vince Russo's running AEW. Just with more crack.
Oh no, well, crack. He's got the crack, and I guess Tony Khan's got the coke.
That's what I said. More crack. More crack cocaine.
Yeah, that explains those eyes.
Yeah. I laughed. One of the things that was just recently talked about was fans asking Keith Lee, hey, where are you? Are you out on injury? And him going, no, I'm perfectly healthy. And even Dave Meltzer, the Tony Khan fucking worshiper, sits there and goes, yeah, they're just not using him. And I'm like, well,
no, Tony Khan signs these people. Yeah, let's sign them, not use them.
Well, Dave Meltzer's excuse is they don't have enough TV time. Well, maybe if you kept your ROH people that you have signed for ROH on ROH.
See, that's good booking.
You didn't sit there and put ROH title matches on Collision and Dynamite. You kept them on ROH and convinced people to buy ROH.
Still to this day.
To convince people to go buy the ROH club.
And
you could literally just show like highlights to their matches to sit there and convince people to go buy the ROH club. Or you could literally put that on YouTube.
He just has
like
the name.
You had AEW Dark.
Which is still on YouTube, and I enjoy watching dark matches. So
getting rid of shows like Rampage, and it's like, oh, look at us, we're doing so great. Our numbers speak for themselves. Your numbers are deteriorating, sir. If you go all the way back from the time that you guys started, You guys had high ass numbers of 800,000, a million. You know, you were kicking ass. Nobody's gonna say that you guys weren't. But now, only getting 627,000 people to watch your show,
I mean,
and 300,000 only watching Collision. Yet you still can't sell an arena, even in Ontario, California. That literally, when WWE was recently there, that whole arena was packed. And you can see that it was filled. AEW, you can see where they put up freaking black curtains.
well, here's the thing: they don't have. Yeah, you can see the black curtains. It's pretty obvious. But,
all over the seats.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna compare them to WCW. WCW had a couple things going for them actually. The NWO and Goldberg. They actually came up with an original, idea for a wrestling character. Even though he kind of looks similar to Stone Cold because of the bald head and goatee, but still, they had something there, and they went with it. It worked. It got him over. Yeah, but AEW doesn't have any of that.
AEW doesn't know how to get anybody over because they don't want to get new stars over. The only person that they finally let get over was because he could not be denied, and that was MJF. Oh. But to me, by the time they finally gave the belt to MJF, it was too little too fucking late.
I think he's now the Hurt Syndicate's little
bitch boy?
Bitch boy, yeah. Yeah.
With his little kosher pickle?
Yeah, I'm almost thinking of Rick and Morty. Well, it's Rick and Morty is part of Warner Brothers, and so is AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense there.
To me, it's just like it's.
AEW is nothing more than wasted potential.
It is really very much wasted potential.
Good idea.
And I'm just sitting here like, okay, are we just sitting here waiting until Bryan Danielson comes back again, or Darby Allin comes back again, so that Darby Allin can go for his title shot and finally get the title? Congratulations. To me, if you give Darby Allin the title, I would be like, awesome. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't do that 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, and they also got,
when Darby Allin was the hottest thing.
They got Danhausen under contract. It's about to expire.
Danhausen's contract is about to expire, and the rumor is WWE is thinking about hiring him. The greatest thing for Danhausen would be WWE hiring him, because Danhausen is the most over character throughout all of the indies. He's the most over character on all social media. Why? Because he's funny as fuck.
Well, and AEW signed him, and they just don't know what to do with him. Like, you got a lot to do there. You just don't have a creative, a creative department. You don't have writers. All right? Yeah, you kind of do need writers in order to tell a really good story.
Well, that's kind of why it is like going back to that whole chart that Tony Khan released today of, look, AEW is doing so great.
I know, it's so cartoony.
Someone literally said it, and I love it. They were like, I want to see the graph from the time that you guys released that video footage of Punk choking out Jack Perry and how that backfired on your asses so bad. Yeah. That you were like, I'm in fear of my life from CM Punk. I gotta hide on Daddy's boat because CM Punk made me afraid for my life.
Oh.
You wanna know what I saw in that video? Everything that CM Punk, Phillip Brooks, said to Ariel Hawali happened in his interview that he said how it happened is how the video happened. That the person that got him off of Jack Perry was Samoa Joe. And what do you know? You were doing nothing, as it was Chris Hero and Samoa Joe handling it.
Yeah.
And what'd you do to Chris Hero, dude? You just made him a fucking producer? Fuck. Dude was not that bad of a wrestler.
Well, he was Cassius Ohno. Yeah, he was really good. You know,
When you go see him on the Indies, go look up Chris Hero. Chris Hero and freaking Claudio. They were the best. You know, the only thing that, and it's not even just like repeating like WWE stuff. You guys are repeating New Japan stuff. Like, oh my god, we're having Kenny versus Okada again.
Yawn. Yeah.
We're going to make them a title belt. That one side shows Kenny, one side shows Okada. The winner gets the title belt.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss my ass.
And that was their 300th episode. That was the main event match.
Was Okada versus Ibushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ibushi versus Okada.
Oh, okay.
And Kenny came out and defended Ibushi because Ibushi is Kenny's bitch.
Yeah, I might need to rewatch that match. It's because I kind of fell asleep through it.
It was a bore.
Mostly submission moves. That's about it.
It was a massive bore. Yeah. The Young Bucks told Okada, don't go to WWE because WWE is going to make you a joke.
Yeah, or
Joke's on them.
Or what Eric Bischoff said about them.
You know, the founding fathers. I'm sorry, the 300th episode of AEW's Dynamite was just, can I call it what it is?
Yeah.
A Young Bucks dick stroke.
Yeah. It is.
Look at us going to our children arm and Rancho Cucamonga. Ho, 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 ho.
We're the most famous people to come out of here. Oh, God, stroking that ego, man. Stroke it good.
We got a limousine with our faces on it.
You're one of the most mediocre tag teams ever.
The only way you guys got over was because you joined Fergal Devitt in his team that he created with Carl Anderson. And fuck Carl Anderson in the ass. But I digress. Sorry, his comments about fucking Daphne, I will forever fucking say it. Yeah. Go screw your hot Asian wife and maybe she'll leave you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is really a little bit of a scathing episode we're putting out here. You know.
I don't care.
Well, there's no filter. But all I'm just saying is, yeah, this is the island of misfit mascots for wrestlers.
The island of misfit toys.
Island of misfit mascots. Wait, was South Park. Yeah, no, they were making fun of the island of misfit toys. This is the island of misfit toys of pro wrestling, which is AEW.
You know, going back into their booking things here, you know, my thought process is, you know, we're trying to make Mercedes Moné so amazing and give her every title there is. You had a perfect opportunity to get butts and seats and create an amazing storyline.
Which, you know, WWE would have loved to do. You know, but you guys had that ball.
The comeback. You know, Mercedes versus Saraya. The woman that was forced to retire due to a neck injury. The woman that re-injured her neck. The woman that destroyed Saraya's career. And tried to destroy Saraya's life. It's a story that wrote itself.
Yeah, it would have been Saraya versus Mercedes Moné.
That would have been great. And instead, it's, look, Mercedes sat there and wrestled her 1000th match since coming to AEW.
And I guarantee you, if it was still a storyline within WrestleMania, it would have been probably the main event when she was Sasha Banks and Paige.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm sorry. Funny that every single match she's in, she wins.
Well, her
damn, creative control must be so awesome. People wanted to call Becky Hogan when Becky won the Intercontinental title.
Oh, no, Mercedes is far worse.
Mercedes is the Hulk Hogan of AEW.
But did you ever see Hulk Hogan show all of his championship belts?
If he had an opportunity to, if he went to every single fucking company, I bet he would.
Just brag about...
He would just stroke his own fucking ego.
Brag about how great he is and everything. Like
if that Mercedes. Man had to go work Japan and all those other places and won title belts, yes, he would have done it in a heartbeat. Come on. He's throwing a tantrum right now because this new fucking company that he created with freaking Eric Bischoff can't even sell 500 seats.
Well, last time I checked, it was about a couple days ago. I think it was 380 seats.
Yep, it's still 380 seats.
Out of a 13,000 seat venue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not looking too good. And, Eric Bischoff and Hogan, they're still buddies. So, ever since, NWO and everything.
They created this in honor of Trump.
Oh, yeah. It's not. There's other things we don't talk about. We don't talk about Voldemort, Bruno, and Donald Trump. We just don't talk about those. So, I just want to, let's go back to that. When WCW was handing out contracts and the wrestlers were signing it, it said that they had full creative control of their character, which meant, it was like a huge, cluster.
And like AEW, they said then tell them they didn't have to work anywhere else, but half of them would hardly ever work.
And they're getting paid so much money
to just sit at home with their fingers up their ass.
Yeah. And them paying Bret Hart like around $2.5 million a year, this insane amount of money,
I got a funny joke.
By the way, I think it's his birthday today. He turned 68.
Yes, I got a funny joke.
What?
AEW wrestlers get to go sit at home with their fingers up their ass, while Hangman Adam Page gets to go say, "I eat ass" on live TV.
Yeah. Seriously, how was that a threatening comment that he said? Do you want to do something dirty to him? Are you attracted to him? I don't know why it is you're telling the man's wife I'm gonna eat his ass. I'm not judging or anything. If that's your lifestyle, that's cool. This is 2025. But seriously, how is that threatening when you want to say I'm going to eat his ass? I'm sorry. Hangman Adam Page, I don't really take him seriously. I really can't. He should basically go back to being a teacher, but besides the point. I'm just saying that AEW is doing the same mistakes that WCW did.
That Bischoff keeps telling them to stop doing.
Yeah, and they're gonna continue doing it, and they're gonna go, tits up, just like WCW.
Everybody keeps going, "Oh, Tony Khan's not worried. Tony Khan has all the money."
Oh, God.
He's got Jacksonville Jaguars money, and no offense.
Thanks.
Wade.
Thanks, Dad.
No,
Tony Khan, yeah.
I know. One of the worst fucking teams ever.
Oh,
Name me the last time the Jacksonville Jaguars made it to the Super Bowl.
I think they did a better job last year than my 49ers did. So
They still suck.
yeah, at least Besides the point. Also, yeah, Eric Bischoff said that with AEW, when wrestlers go there, their careers go to die. Which, yeah, not entirely true because heck, look at what when Rusev went back to WWE. I mean, he's now being used.
Look at when Ethan Page came to WWE and came to NXT. Ethan Page and Ricky Starks are being pushed and having an amazing feud
And matches.
And constantly having character development and constantly pushing past the limits and going and seeing what they can do. And it's only a matter of time that they both end up on the main roster. You also got Lexis King. Lexis King came from AEW, as Brian Pillman Jr. And Brian is doing 10 times better in NXT.
I know he's creating his own character too, so he doesn't want to be in the shadow of his father. So
he's doing 10 times better as himself and doing what he's doing, and he's changing up his style, changing up his character, and having fun with it.
Also, we have vignettes and interviews and everything. They are being used to the fullest, effect. And it's great.
Let's look at an example. Jade Cargill just won Queen of the Ring. Somewhat controversially, but I digress. Shoulders were down on Jade, but
that was the finish. That
was the finish. It was shitty.
She messed up the pin because her leg right there when she did that, her signature.
When she did her jaded pin.
Yeah, when she was her signature pin that she does, and her leg just kind of gave up at that point. Cramped up.
And so this woman's been there for 2 years, and it's getting a massive push where people were like, oh, it was so stupid that they instantly gave Jade a title and then sat there and made her undefeated for so long and gave her a Goldberg-like push.
Oh.
So WWE's like, all right, let's develop her character. Let's show you the different things that Jade Cargill can do.
Don't forget Blake Monroe.
Yeah, Blake Monroe is becoming the hottest fucking thing in NXT right now.
AKA Mariah May. Yeah.
Mariah May is proving that she could do more than bloodying herself up with Toni Storm and making out with Toni Storm and Mina. Again, more of my point that AEW is so catered to 18 to 25-year-old men.
Well, no, when we looked at that, let's speak about that. The graph.
They're obsessed with the
graph. Did you say that it was going walking at the demographic of 2-year-olds?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. But we're catering to the young prepubescent boys.
Yeah, that demographic.
And that are obsessed with Rosie and her 5 sisters?
Yeah.
If you get that joke, then you're old enough to understand.
Oh, yeah, I was born yesterday. Okay.
And, to these women, and, cool. That's why we had the Divas division for so long, and that was what WWE did. That was then. We're now in a time where women are just as good as the men, if not better.
When WWE handles the women's division.
Yeah.
Or places like WoW, or bring in respect and everything towards women's wrestling. Us, gazing upon it. That is, for wrestling fans.
There's so many opportunities now for everybody. And to me, I'm just like, I cannot sit here and watch a thing on AEW and be like, why is this happening? What is going on here? Like, I look at, honestly, I'm still going to call them the Undisputed Era. They were the hottest fucking tag team of NXT.
Oh.
There was nobody that could truly beat, in a faction-wise at that exact time, Undisputed Era.
Well, they were the dominant force, yeah.
They were the dominant force in NXT. Because they went to go join their friends. Now look at them. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, they're a fucking joke.
In the AEW wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Tony went, look at me, I bought ROH. Do something with it. Bring ROH back to its glory.
But no, that's just too good of an idea to do. And of course, Tony won't do it, Tony Khan.
Next week, instead of watching AEW show, I'd rather go watch Evolve on Tubi and watch the Evolve Women's Champion Kelly Armstrong versus Natalya. Why? Because I want to see Natalya bring out that Natty Neidhart that we've been seeing on the fucking indies. That tough grit, take no fucking shit Natalya that, people need to put some goddamn respect on her name. That woman's been here for 18 years in the main roster and busted her fucking ass for a goddamn reason. That is why she's still there. It's not just because of the fact that she's a Hart or and the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart and part of the Hart family. No, it's because Natty worked her fucking ass off.
Oh yeah, she
and
did.
Deserves it.
And finally, she's getting used and everything. Yeah.
She is trying to bring out the best in this women's division.
Well, I'm sorry.
And I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Looking forward to that tag team, the Dungeon Dolls.
Maxine Dupree and Natalya. I really hope they're the Raw tag team for Monday Night Raw.
Become champions.
That'd be awesome.
So. That would be awesome. And well, if it's okay, I'll just say this. Hypothetically speaking, if All In was the only wrestling thing that was on, clearly it's not. It's Saturday night's main event is on that day too, and the Great American Bash on NXT.
And Evolution.
Oh yeah, Evolution.
Evolution and Great American Bash are on the same day.
Oh man.
And the 40th Saturday night's main event. Can't forget that part. It's the 40th Saturday night's main event.
Well, no. Hypothetically speaking, if All In was the only thing that was on, I'd be at home probably watching The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. No, I'm serious. That's a great movie, legit. That shows the truth of pro wrestling. It's a nice little balance there without being too melodramatic.
I would rather sit there and watch the shit show dark match horror movie, and I hate horror movies.
Yeah, compared to watching All In in Texas.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, do you think we want to? Think you want to end this right now?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, subscribe on our YouTube. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook. Find us on X, aka Twitter. So,
come listen to us and watch this video on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Yeah, that too.
And it was called The Life and Times of Kat and Jeff. But I'm thinking the name change needs to happen.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? We can't say talking smack because I think WWE has that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no. Talking shit about wrestling.
I think this podcast is more about wrestling, though.
Oh yeah, but I would like to do some shout outs. I think I might have said that the Mission Impossible movie I saw, I still think that's the best action movie of this year. You should go see it. And I just rewatched one of the Jurassic World movies, Fallen Empire, which I didn't really. No, not Fallen Empire. It's called Fallen Kingdom. And I watched it again. I didn't like it the first time I watched it when I saw it in theaters, but I watched it again. It kind of does grow on me. So, but also this week at the time of this video, we did have a new Jurassic World movie that just got released. So, yeah. Anywho, we mostly talked about wrestling, but we could talk about other stuff too. So, but anywho, this is I'm Jeff, the Bold One 82. This here is Moonchild Cat the Moonchild, and we will see you next time.